All right, welcome to this week's episode of Guns Explained. I'm your host, Cameron Porter. It's going to be an exciting episode because we are going to be joined by Julian Chastain. He works in the firearm industry and he is an expert on all things firearms. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
All right, so today we're going to be answering a couple of questions about the different types of rifles out there that you might see gun enthusiasts using, or if you happen to walk into a gun store, what you might see when you get there. Okay, so Julian, thanks for being here, by the way.
Yep, thank you.
And my first question is then, what are the different types of rifles that you might see?
So there's all kinds of different rifles out there nowadays, but your most generally common type of rifles that you're going to see is, your lever actions, which are, your old school Western type rifles that you would expect to see. Your bolt actions, which are generally used for, long range precision shooting or very, very commonly used in hunting. And then the ever-growing in popularity, the AR-15 platform, which has been adopted for many different purposes and continues to gain popularity.
Okay, so what are the differences between these different types of rifles?
So lever action, very simple action. It's it's pretty self-explanatory. It works by you operating a lever, and that ejects the spent cartridge. And when you bring it back to the stock, it chambers a new one. Your bolt actions, you actually lift the lever on the side of the rifle. You then pull the bolt back. That ejects the spent cartridge, push the bolt forward, that grabs a new one and chambers a new round, and then seat that round. You get a very good, solid platform. It's generally very accurate with a bolt action rifle. Then you have what we see here, an AR-15 type platform, which is a semi-automatic platform. Also very accurate, but works as quickly as you can operate the trigger, as quickly as the operator can actually squeeze the trigger.
Okay, so a lever action and a bolt action, for the most part, would be considered single shot types. And
yes, similar. A single shot is a rifle, or there are many types of single shots out there other than rifles, but a single shot is generally, they can only hold one at a time. So like lever action rifles, back when they first came out, they used to be called repeaters, because referring to fire, you can cycle the action and fire again. So that's originally what they were called, is repeaters. So that's the difference there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. We talked a little bit about single shot versus semi-automatic in the previous episode, so that's good to get that nice round out. But when you look at an AR-15 style rifle and you look at a hunting rifle, they look really different. So why do they look so different?
They look really different because, right in front of us we have a Smith & Wesson M P 15, very, very common AR-15 on the market today, very popular. The reason they look so different is they were designed for military use. That's just the fact of the matter. However, that being said, it's the whole reason for that is because they were meant to be very versatile. They were meant to be very lightweight and compact as well for military applications. You can attach so many accessories to these rifles to fit different needs of different missions. Now, that all being said, we can go to the sportsman's and the competition shooting side of it, and shooters are learning very quickly that this is a very accurate platform and is very applicable to hunting purposes like small varmint hunting, and competition shooters have very quickly adopted the platform for just competition shooting, like 3-gun competitions as well.
Sure.
It's a very low recoil and stable platform. And versatile as well.
That's fantastic. Okay, that's a lot of great information. So what we're going to do now is we're going to swap over. We're going to change a few things up. And Julian here is going to show us. He mentioned that we have an M&P 15 in front of us here on the counter. You can't actually see it right now, but you're going to be able to. He's going to take us through and kind of show us some of the things that he was just talking about. So let's do that.
How's it going? As you guys know, my name is Julian Chastain. I work in the firearms industry, and I've worked in the firearms industry for a couple of years now. Here in front of me, I have a Smith & Wesson M P 15, very common AR-15 platform. The firing pin has been removed, but as always, you should always make sure that the bolt is open and the firearm is cleared. That's always a good habit to have. So the primary differences in this rifle from, say, your standard stereotypical hunting rifle would be that it is semi-automatic. However, there are some semi-automatic hunting rifles that look very, very similar to a bolt-action rifle and have that traditional wood stock look as well. The reason these don't come, generally speaking, these don't come with wood stocks and stuff like that is they're really trying to cut back on weight and make these fairly affordable to produce and be able to mass produce them because they are used by the military. A couple of the features on these is a really quick detach handguard. All you have to do, this is called the delta ring assembly, you have to pull down on this and then these handguards actually just pull right out. So that makes it very easy to put like a quad rail in this area right here, and that allows you to attach even more attachments, lasers, flashlights, things like that, things of that nature. We do have a very quickly adjustable stock, as you can see right here. This makes it very usable for a variety of shooters, even some very young. 6 positions generally is what most of them are. There are some that do different things, but for the most part, they're a 6-position adjustable stock. So the difference in, like, let's say a bolt action would be traditionally you would have a lever off to the side of the rifle, and to work that action, you would actually have to lift that lever, pull it straight back, ejecting the old cartridge, and then push it forward, chambering a new one, and then lock it down. Whereas this platform, it's very simple. All you have to do is insert a magazine, which would go in this well right here, and hit the bolt release on the left side of the rifle, and that would chamber around, and that would allow you to continue firing until your magazine was spent, which in that case, the bolt would, what's happening here, would lock, there we go, would lock to the rear just like that. That would allow you to eject the old magazine, pushing on that button right there, and insert a new one, and again, just repeat the process. So it makes it very efficient for swapping out magazines and reloading fairly quickly. This is very helpful for competition shooters. They go through, like in 3-gun competitions, they're going through a lot of ammunition really quickly. So this system makes it very easy for them to actually swap out magazines and move on to the next set of targets. So let's just recap real quick. AR-15 rifles, they generally have an adjustable stock. They do come in fixed stock configurations, which was the original version. They are generally semi-automatic. There are platforms that allow you to just work the action manually, one at a time. And they are very versatile and can be used in a variety of hunting and sporting applications. And they are not just used by the military alone, military and law enforcement alone. So, but yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.
All right, special thanks to Julian for joining us. He gave us a lot of great information about rifles today. Just as a quick recap, there's 2 main different types of rifles, kind of like the hunting rifle style that you'll see, and then the AR-15 or sport rifle that you'll see. And the differences between them are mostly just appearance-based. Although the hunting rifle style with the wooden stocks are more designed with accuracy over long distances in mind, as well as higher calibers of ammunition. And the AR-15 style, or the sporting rifles, are more designed to be versatile, to be applied to many different types of situations, which is why the military uses that style of rifle. So again, special thanks to Julian, special thanks to Robin Hood Studios for sponsoring this episode, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, give us a like and a share, and we'll catch you next week for some more Guns Explained.